Let's begin.
It's October 25th, 2021. You know what that means. It is day 25 of the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 10. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Before I get today's video started, I need you to click subscribe, hit the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, and share this video because it helps me get my channel and videos out there to a much broader audience. And I'll have a few shout outs as well. As you got the 13th Wolfman, I am the Ice Lord, Curly Girl at the Movies, Carly 317, Dave Maggot, Trash Film Addict, Tony S. Nine Fingers, Double Shot J, Random Horror, Retro Horror. You got Italian Sundays. You got more edgier side of horror with I Am the Ice Lord. You got the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes, or trauma, and so it's like there's someone out there that has your niche and has a really cool niche, and it's just like it will be something that you like. So go over there, all those channels, give them a like, subscribe, hit the bell. Just help get this little horror community videos and channels to a much broader audience. So with all that being said, as you can tell by the thumbnail, today's video is the Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2. These are animated Batman movies. I covered an animated movie earlier in the month, which wasn't originally on the list. I was thought like, will be able to watch that one, because I wasn't quite sure. Then I subscribed to Shudder. It was on there, but this was originally going to be my only animated movies on the list this year. So doing a couple, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. So it follows Batman's early years of crime fighting. He's already fought everybody, but everyone's kind of locked up, but he still hasn't got that gruffness, that Kevin Conroy voice. He's currently being voiced by Jensen Ackles, from Supernatural. Dean, I like him as Batman. His voice, he's like very, like, he's still early, he doesn't have that like beaten down. I've fought the Joker. This is the 1,000th time I fought the Joker, kind of attitude. But so it takes place over a full calendar year, because you got these two mob families just duking it out in the streets of Gotham City, and it's causing collateral damage. It's just like people are dying left and right, and it's just causing hell in this town, in the city. So then one Halloween night, somebody who shouldn't have been killed got killed, and so it's then the following holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, I think Valentine's Day. So it's like every holiday someone is getting killed, and they're called the Holiday Killer. And Batman goes to the Calendar Man, who basically did the exact same thing, but he knows who the killer is, but he's like, nope, I'm not going to tell you who it is. You're going to have to figure this out. He's playing mind games and doing all this. The Joker breaks out. He's like, he can't have all the fun. He wants to kill the Holiday Killer, and by doing that, this takes place on New Year's, and he's driving over basically the Times Square of this place, and trying to do his laughing gas, and it's just like it's all over. It's a Batman-esque movie, if there ever is one. I know, like, when it comes to Batman movies, you got Mask of the Phantasm and The Dark Knight Returns. This is just like a fantastic movie also to watch on Halloween. This is kind of a bonus, like, just because it's dark and gritty and it's Frank Miller. But if you want something more like along the lines of like a serial killer and trying to figure it out, this would be perfect, because it's also kind of the birth of Two-Face as well, because Harvey Dent is probably one of the more prominent characters in this movie and everything. And it's just a really good story overall. It just takes place over, like I mentioned, a full calendar year. And I'm just trying to figure out how the next kill is going to happen, and how, and to who, and I didn't read the comics. I didn't read these, what the comics these were based on. So it was truly fresh to me. Because I love comics and reading comics, but I'm not an avid comic reader. You know what I mean? I don't. So there's a lot of stuff. Like, of course, I've read this one, Year One, and a bunch of other Batman, The Killing Joke, stuff like that, which I do have somewhere. That's another going to watch for Halloween, because that's kind of gritty as well. But it's just like, I wish that one was just more grittier and more disturbing, The Killing Joke, just because based on that book. But these two are very serviceable for this month, just because they are. If you want to have, these are good to kind of sit down and watch, because one of them is PG-13 and one of them is rated R. So, or actually, PG-13 and rated R. But that's really all I have to say. I really don't have. I can't really rate these this time around. These are kind of like one of those oddball ones, because they're not truly movies to watch during the month of Halloween, but they are like set. One couple nights are set on a Halloween, and there's a serial killer. But these are like I don't know how you pronounce how you would do it, because they're not traditional horror movies. I put them on this list because they're fun and they're different, and that's why. And it's animated and tells a good story about a serial killer. So, and it's a good detective story as well. So that's kind of the reason why I put it on this list for this year. It's not necessarily scary or gory. There is a couple gory moments actually, but it's just I think it's a good story to watch, because here coming up in the last few days of Halloween, it's going to be very story-based, story-driven, and horror movies. I still got a couple B movies here to show coming up, but those last 3 days are going to be strictly like, these are the top tier of the Halloween season for me this year. So that's really all I have to say about these. If I had to say, I think these are definitely. If I had to say something about these, like how I would definitely rate them, I would definitely give it a must watch. I say that. Okay, it's not. You don't have to watch it with a group. It's not really. It doesn't, like I mentioned, it's not really within the realm of horror genre, so it doesn't really fit those last three categories. And it's definitely not your run of the mill either, because it's good. It's a very good story about a serial killer who is taking out on these mob families. So that is all. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and all I can really say is thank you.